Hi, I'm Len Wierzbicki. I have over 30 years experience in consumer products and retail organization, acting as both a consultant as well as a practitioner. I've worked for several brands, including Home Depot, Family Dollar, Yankee Candle, Black& Decker, just to name a few. I've done consulting work with some of the top Fortune 500 organizations, as well as a few startups. I've also worked for a couple of startups. As a result of that experience and with what's going on in the retail environment with expansive growth, there is a tremendous technology that's being offered through Badger Technologies, which intrigued me to learn more about the capabilities and how we can help solve some of the questions, issues, problems, and challenges that our fellow retail and consumer products company encounter on a day-to-day basis. So as an industrial engineer, as well as a consultant, I've been to and through a lot of organizations. And one of the things that drives me as an individual is improving overall processes. And what a better way to do it than data-driven processes and data-driven analysis. And the solutions that we have to offer at Badger Technologies is such that it gives us the opportunity to leverage the information that we gather on a day-to-day and an hour-by-hour basis to help improve the overall operations of our customers. Well, in the current state, there are challenges aplenty, for sure. Obviously, the thing that's hit the news so far today is tariffs and what tariffs are going to do and the cost of goods. So retailers and consumer product organizations are looking at any way that they can leverage to reduce any of the costs and the impacts that these tariffs may have, as well as other pressures such as labor pool, analytics capabilities, etc. So from our perspective, the technology that we have helps work with our clients to find the best solutions that work best for them. It's not about us, it's about our customers. So Badger Technologies is a fully autonomous solution that works within the ecosystem of both retailer and consumer product organizations. We leverage robotics, computer vision, artificial intelligence, and RFID to help collect data to make informed decisions by our retail partners. Our solution leverages autonomous robots. And what we do is we go through a store and we'll scan, leveraging computer vision and AI to assess and look at your shelves to help improve your on-shelf availability. Also leveraging inputs from our customers based upon perpetual inventory systems, point of sale systems. We leverage that information to generate reports to help inform and to instruct the associates within the four walls environment. So we make our fellow teammates, if you will, bigger, better, faster, stronger as it relates to preparing the inventory for their customers to come in and shop and ensure that that product is available for them when they want it and at the price that they are looking for. So as it relates to on-shelf availability, what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll scan and we'll identify what we refer to as holes in the planogram. And then we'll leverage perpetual inventory systems to give us some feedback as to whether or not that inventory is in the store, or if in fact it is out of stock throughout the entire store system. It will trigger or work with our client systems to trigger a replenishment mechanism. In terms of pricing assessments and analysis, what we do is we take an expected pricing file that is provided to us by our customer bases, and we'll scan the shelves and we'll look at the actual prices, we'll look at the barcodes that are available to us and make sure that the price matches what's in the system. Because the last thing that you want to do is to have an advertised price on the shelf of a particular amount and your customer to go to the point of sale system to be scanned and for that price to be higher than what they expect, which causes contempt, which causes customers to feel ill will towards you as an individual. So ensuring that accuracy provides a better customer experience for the consumer when they come in and price their goods. And what we look for is we look to partner with our customers for them to provide us with insights and information as to what is important to them. We leverage that information and it will help us rack and stack some of the issues and items and tasks that need to be completed so that we can in fact prioritize them, because there's only so many hours in a day. We're hoping that the number of issues are minimal, but once we do see the number of tasks that are available to us, we can leverage that information to prioritize to go after maybe the fastest sellers or the items that are on promotion to ensure that they're in stock. So when the customer does walk through the threshold of the store and they come in and they are shopping for that particular item, you can surprise and delight them by having the product available at the right price. Our Center for Robotics Excellence, we have a platform or basically a lab available to our customers that we can bring them into our lab and into our virtual store to work with them to design and develop solutions that are specific to them. We have a test environment where we can set it up and establish it to replicate what their store looks like. And we can run various plays. We can work through what are some of the challenges are. We can work through and give them insight into what our technologies do and what the opportunity is that exists. So we can work together to design and develop, whether it be the next generation of robot or next generation solution or the next series of reports that they can leverage to make their processes better. Yeah, so our system is rooted in open APIs. So we leverage information and insight that comes to us as well as outbound to the customer. So we'll take input and feedback as we go through the onboarding process to ensure that we can actually digest the information that's coming back to us and then present back to them a series of reports, data, information that flows directly into their receiving systems. So it's a mechanism for working very closely with them to understand what it is that they are looking for, the format that they're looking for, and then the format of what it needs to be for them to work seamlessly with the information that we provide back to them. For some of these folks, what we're doing is one of the big issues for them are hazard mitigation. So through particular grocery stores, there are unplanned for accidents that occur within the four walls of their store. Our solution patrols the location to identify these slip and fall hazards so that we can send a signal to either a store manager, a PA system, to notify them that there is an incident that needs to be addressed. Our solution then works in essence like a cone of sorts and flashes a light, and it draws the associate to come to clean up or mitigate or fix the hazard. In addition to it, as we mentioned before, from a standpoint of pricing accuracy, what we're working with them is we are scanning all of their prices, we are comparing it against their pricing file, and we are ensuring that those prices accurately match what they expect them to be. In addition to that, we are identifying in some instances where product and merchandise is mismerchandised. So for example, a shelf identifies an item as being product A and product B is sitting in that location. What could potentially happen is the customer assumes that they are buying product B for the price of product A, which could be in some instances significantly lower, which causes again some questioning, some frustration from a customer's perspective. So from the standpoint of identifying and mitigating hazards, ensuring that pricing is accurate, ensuring merchandise is merchandised appropriately and properly. Those are the key things that we're working on, aside from the on-shelf availability component. Overall, it's been fairly positive. I think they view it as a teammate, someone that they can work with, someone that they see can do some of the tasks that they may not necessarily want to do. Robots, or successful robots, and you can do your research on it, they typically perform well if they're doing the dull, the dirty, and the dangerous type of activities. So we see ourselves doing some of the things on a more consistent basis that an individual may see as dull. Customer associates want to interact with customers. So those store associates, we empower them to work more closely with the consumer to help the consumer to make an educated and valued decision when they come into their stores. Yeah, with some of the upgrades in our technology, we see an opportunity for us to move in with specialty retailers, apparel retailers, superstores, if you will, warehouse clubs. There are definitely some expansion opportunities for us. We have a very satisfied customer base in those particular industries that you mentioned, but we do see that the solution is applicable in other industries within the retail environment. We view our solution as a part of the overall store ecosystem, and specifically as it relates to the teammate. I alluded to the fact that we typically do some of the tasks that some of the associates don't necessarily want to do. So the way that we look at it is we partner with and work alongside what I'll loosely refer to as the human teammate, if you will, for us to get the information, and we provide technology solutions to ensure that certain activities come to completion. So we work alongside with them, providing them insights for them to act upon them and to prioritize, as we talked about before. What are the most important things that they need to do? As we mentioned also, there's only so much time in the day. So how are you making every minute count? How are you being productive with the time that you're allotted? So working alongside our cohorts and our other teammates, we are just doing some of the additional items to make them bigger, better, faster, stronger, and more importantly, making their customers feel wanted, desired, and enhance the loyalty of those customers to your particular store. Again, what we do is we identify some of the issues that a human associate can do, but we're doing it on a more consistent basis, on a more timely basis, and we're providing those insights to a consumer. And we have tools and technologies that will help prioritize, as well as identify when those tasks are completed. So when the tasks are completed, there's reports that go back to a store manager or a general manager to identify what tasks have been completed, but more importantly, what tasks still remain open so that they can identify what they need to go work on next. The collection of the data, again, is something that we leverage. I mean, those 30 million miles have spanned over the course of 7 years. So we've gained a lot of insights. We've made a lot of enhancements. We've grown through the learnings that we've had. And what we want to be able to do is to take some of the data that we've collected and share with our customers so that they themselves can use that data in a manner that makes the most sense for them. Again, going back to our Center of Robotics Excellence, it's not just the robotics piece of it, it's the reporting, the data collection, the data and analytics component of it. So how can we leverage those learnings, share those learnings? There's nothing that is proprietary that we share with our customers. It's all anything and everything that can be openly shared with the customer to make their operations better. So there are a lot of pressures related to both price and labor and costs. So I think it's no secret that automation is one that is there to kind of help leverage the assets that you already have. So automation and the investment in automation, both from the standpoint of whether it's systems, there's self-checkouts. I mean, if we go back to the time when you had clerks who were checking out individuals who needed to know the pricing, and now you have scanning mechanisms at the point of sale system, it's a continued evolution. And so from the standpoint of automation, it's really providing, collecting, and doing some of the things that cannot necessarily be done with the labor that's available to you. So it's an extension. It's part of an ecosystem. We're not the only solution. We're part of a bigger piece of solutions, whether it is, again, self-checkout, well, whether it's scanning, whether it's digital shelf labels. You'll see all of these things within your retail stores today. So we're just another piece in the overall process to help the execution within the four walls better. I think it's probably more of the adoption and the continued evolution and the teaming and the insights that are gained from it. I think it's a matter of what's next. I think once people get a taste for it, there's an initial pushback, and that's consistent with any technology, whether it's a supply chain system, whether it's a point of sale system. I think the biggest piece is going to be adoption, and how can we use it better? How can we use it differently? And how can we use it to inform our customer? Not only is it just to inform the customer, but how do we present an environment for the customer that they feel confident that the time that they are investing to walk into your store, that you have the merchandise that they're looking for, that they in fact researched prior to even entering into your store, and the pricing that matches what you've presented to them. So I believe that the speed at which things move, you're going to need automation to keep up with the pace of the demands that our customers have in the future. We do. We're constantly innovating. We're constantly taking some of the insights that our customers are giving to us. We are going to be enhancing our capabilities as it relates to RFID, which is something that is on the horizon. We feel that that is something that will help with an inventory management component. And we're really waiting for what's next. We're both going to be keeping our ears open to listening to our customers to see what it is that they need, but then also looking at the trends in retail and providing solutions that will help enable the transactions and the shopping experience for our customers. Sure, I would encourage you to reach out to through our website at badger-technologies.com. There's an opportunity. I'm sure my information will be readily available to us, but there is a contact us page on our website. We would love to absolutely hear from you. We will take your contact information and would love to have an open conversation. And if you find yourself in the greater Lexington area, we would love to have you come by and take a look at our labs, meet our people, the great folks of the state of Kentucky who are fully engaged in innovative and retail-centric opportunities, as well as leveraging in artificial intelligence and computer vision to make things better for our overall shopping experience.